Two races remain in the SCSRA ARCA Series Chase for the Championship, and it's anything but over. Tonight will more than likely seal the fate for many and change the game for others. It's Bristol, baby, and it's coming up next. Hello and a happy race day, everyone. Welcome to Royalty Racing Network and welcome to Bristol Motor Speedway. The season is nearly complete, but everything is still up in the air as far as who's taking home the titles. We didn't get an opportunity last week to take a look at the updated points, so now, before this evening, we are going to take a look at those. Here is your Rookie of the Year standings. Matt Baines leads the way now over Holden Wheeler, who was unable to attend last week and who still is not in the race session here tonight. So, developing story with that, someone who has been very dominant over the last 5 races or so prior to last week's miss is still not here this evening. Jacob Neibel quite a bit further back from Matt Baines. So this one, unless Holden decides to show up, could be in the bag for the 72 of Matt Baines with his 2 wins. Now let's take a quick look here at our chase points coming into tonight. You can see Matt Baines also leads the way in that category for the overall championship. Vince Brent is 24 points behind in second. Ryan Hufford 30, as well as Jacob Neibel tied for third, and Holden Wheeler once again. Before last week's race, he was in the lead of the overall championship standings. Didn't show up last week, not here this week either so far. Currently sitting 33 behind, and to be honest, a lot of these guys through the back have decided to take their ball and go home, if you will, for one reason or another. Along with multiple other guys, pretty small grid the last couple weeks as the field begins to thin, which, as I mentioned last week, folks, that is a little bit normal to drop car count a little bit as you start a playoff scenario. Those that didn't make it in aren't having a good season. Some of those guys decide to drop out, start over next season, or go elsewhere. But there's been some ongoing issues this season in the SCSRA that a lot of people have decided to go elsewhere and leave. Not my thing. I will take a penalty and take the judgment that is made and continue to race, but that's just me. That's not everybody else. So onward we go. The show must go on. Welcome in, Joe. Welcome in, JJJ, and welcome in, Alicia, or JJ Jones. I see what you did there. He says, let's go, Randy. Who's Randy? Who are you going for? I don't see or know a Randy. Let's go trackside here and take a look who is on the Speedway. Andrew McKenzie in the 22 Toyota Camry is leading the way in the practice session thus far, as you see him smack the wall there out of turn 4. That can be a common thing here at Bristol. Second quick right now is going to be the 54 of Nick Walthorn. Always a fan favorite. Nick Walthorn having a good season right now. And if he could get a win tonight, it would definitely help him at least build the momentum. I don't know how drastic things could really get as far as the chase goes, simply because, as you see on your timing tower, we only have 9 cars right now scheduled to grid. Still just under 10 minutes to go. Could have some late joins, hopefully, but even if someone finished 9th and someone, you know, 3rd or 4th in the points finish 1st tonight, don't know if that'd be enough to close the gap just because of stage points and overall finishing points. But we'll see how it plays out. Here's the Monster Juice Chevy Camaro number 92 of Vince Brent, currently 2nd in the points. He'd love to close out the season with wins tonight and next week and give himself the best chance possible. Garrett Walden in the Bass Pro Shops Pepsi Chevy Camaro number 43, and right on cue, he smacks the wall out of 4 as well. Going to see that quite a bit tonight. Garrett Walden not in the championship chase, but out here have some fun and race with these guys. Always a good dude. Here's your current points leader and Rookie of the Year leader, the number 72 of Matt Baines. Currently got the 72 6th quick in the practice session with over 8 minutes to go here. Had a chance to talk to Matt moments before we went live here this evening, and Matt said he wasn't extremely confident here at Bristol and wasn't his favorite track. So he's going to go out there, try to save tires, stay out of trouble, and put himself in a decent position to maybe steal one or at least have a strong finish. Once again, with only 9 guys, that could make a big difference. Here's Tristan Cotton. This is, I believe, week 3 for the Fanatics number 7 Toyota Camry of Tristan Cotton. Good to see him back out here. Currently 9th quick in the practice session. Oh, Victor Kress just joined us. Haven't seen Victor in a really long time. Looks like he's pausing on the apron. But good to see the Double Mint Gum number 20 Toyota Camry of Victor Kress back out there with us. He was with us all season last season. I don't think we've seen him at all this season. Maybe the first race or one other one, not quite sure, but good to see Victor. So an even 10-car field thus far, missing guys like Ryan Gomes and Josh Hall, 2 admins, not yet in the field tonight. Let's pull up those point standings again, decipher who's not here. Sharn Hill, Ryan Gomes, Josh Hall. Let's see. Ryan Hufford, yet to be seen. That's huge for Hufford because he's tied for 3rd right now, only 30 points back. So that's interesting as well. I'm not quite sure what's going on with all these guys, man. Vince Brent just moved up to 3rd quick over AJ Evangelista. How's everyone doing out there in chat tonight? Y'all ready for a good race? Should be a good one. That's one good thing about a little bit smaller car count is you typically have really exciting racing, clean green flag runs usually. Even if it does start with some cautions, it's not going to take long to take a couple guys out and not be many cars left to cause one. Let's pull up our race info for tonight's event. 150 laps will be the distance. The stage will be at lap 50. And of course, as always, one fast repair for these drivers. Track is just over half a mile, so short track racing here tonight. Track temp is 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And very similar to the ambient temperature, 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Pretty low humidity, to be honest, for Bristol, Tennessee. But I guess it is a night race, so perhaps the humidity has fallen a bit. Folks, I think we're going to see people going off that wall out of turn 4 all night long. Everyone we've looked at so far basically has done it. The more those tires wear, the more common it's going to be. And so look for that to be a common thing. Now, one thing to mention with that, you can afford to do it a couple times, but you do it too consistently, or, you know, if you don't hit it flush, you could cause some damage to the right front, even the right rear. Get yourself in a world of trouble. Obviously, damage on the right front would be more of an issue. Anyone out there with me in chat tonight? Ah, new quick time in the practice session. Andrew McKenzie just hit the fastest lap. Bring back up our timing tower there. To the 1,000th over Nick Walthorn, who's second quick currently. Lauren Vincent is here. Oh, Ryan Hufford, there he is. He made it. Get some practice in, Ryan. Up to 11 guys. Look out. Still missing 2 of the admins. Hello, Brittany. Welcome in. Brittany is rooting for the number 8, who has number 7 on his car. Oh, we're up to 12, guys. Look out. Blowing up now. Ooh, apologies. Can you guys hear me in chat? No one's talkative tonight. Oh, Josh Hall is joining us. 13. Okay, 2.5 minutes. Could we get to 14 maybe? The more guys that join, the more likely it is for someone, say a Vince Brandt or Ryan Hufford, if they could come out here and win the thing, to make big moves should one of the top 2 or 3 guys in points, you know, have a bad run. All right, Brittany hears me. Charles, welcome in. Get it done, Cypress Academy, he says. Charles Stevens, why aren't you racing, buddy? You've been in a couple races, haven't you, in here? Or do you only do Wednesday nights? Closing in on a minute to go here in the practice session as we take a good look at the number 7/number 8 of Tristan Cotton. Josh Hall is here. No Ryan Gomes. I like this 83 of Ryan Hufford. That's a good looking ride there. Josh Hall's on his way out to complete 1 or 2 laps of practice. I think Josh races in another league, another series on Monday nights. So he races, or Monday, I don't even know what day it is. On Tuesday nights, I should say. He goes from that directly into this. So that's pretty crazy. That's a lot of racing. If you complete both races. "30 seconds left here." Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence is out there, and not out there. He's going to be in the race, though, and he is the number 7 as well. So we'll try to keep Tristan Cotton and Cheeseburger apart. And the checkered flag will wave on the practice session, which means one thing: it's time to go qualifying here at Bristol Motor Speedway for race 4 out of 5 of the chase for the championship. So only this race and one more next week to close out this season of the SCSRA. It's been a wild season for sure. Time to go qualify. Matt Baines, the first one out on the track. Actually, Lauren Vincent going to beat out Mr. Baines. Once again, folks, you can follow along with their lap times right above the Glade Spring Company logo in the bottom right corner of your screen. And, of course, your timing tower. I will do my best to keep you updated on all their times as well. Lauren Vincent, first time we've gotten a look at him tonight. All right, Ryan Hufford, good to hear. Good to see you, man. Good luck tonight. Lauren Vincent crosses the stripe for lap number 1, and he'll put in the first time, 15.533, to set the expectation. AJ Evangelista in the Arby's Loves truck stop number 5. First lap for him. He goes first quick, 15.088. 5/10 quicker, almost about 4/10, I guess. Nick Walthorn out there in the 54. Victor Kress goes second quick on lap 2, 15.144. AJ Evangelista improved his first lap, 15.052. Tristan Cotton on lap 1 went 15.541. Let's see where he goes lap 2. 15.387, good improvement for Cotton. He'll go 5th quick out of 6 right now. Ryan Hufford, 15.165 on lap 1. He comes out of turn 4, crosses the line for lap 2. Quick time, Ryan Hufford in the 83. 15.051 for the 83 Toyota Camry of Ryan Hufford. Little practice time for Ryan. It didn't matter. Vince, Brent, Matt Baines, Cheeseburger Lawrence, Andrew McKenzie, Garrett Walden, Josh Hall still yet to have time. Nick Walthorn in the midst of all that went 4th quick. Victor Kress sits 3rd. And Garrett Walden is on the Speedway now. In that good-looking 43. He's got the Royalty Racing Network on the rear quarter panel. Appreciate that, Garrett. 43 just took the clock for lap 1. See where he places it. He is normally very fast. Diamonds down the corner out of turn 4. Lap 1 for Walden, going to be 15.352, good enough for 5th quick out of 7 qualifiers. Into turn 3 he goes. A couple other guys on track. We'll check in with them momentarily. Lap 2 for Walden. Goes 3rd quick, 15.109. Bumps Vince Brent to 4th. Andrew McKenzie, quick time in practice. He's going to shut it down after lap 1, 15.130. 5th quick for McKenzie. Vince Brent shutting it down. Cheeseburger Lawrence goes 15.721, and he'll shut it down after 1. He'll go 10th quick out of 10. Matt Baines still not out there. What's he doing here? Josh Hall not going. Hey, all right. The Combo 72 is making his way out onto the track. Nice lap, Mr. Hufford, if you're still in chat. Combo's paint scheme, tribute to the late, great Kyle Busch. Now Baines will make his way off turn 4 for lap 1. He'll go third quick, 15.078. That's a good thing for Baines. Was nowhere near that fast in the practice session. Welcome in, Tristan Cotton. And lap 2, does he improve? He does not. He'll take lap 1 by 2/10. Matt Baines puts it third quick. Only one yet to qualify. The 81 of Josh Hall, set to start 12th if he elects not to take a time. Some of the drivers here in the chat: Tristan Cotton, Ryan Hufford. Tristan, welcome back. Good luck this evening to you, sir. You got someone in the chat cheering you on? Brittany says boo. She's rooting for you. You're rooting for Vince. Potentially. That might have been sarcasm. I'm not sure. We're looking at Josh Hall. He's not going to get out there, though. Checkered flag waves on qualifying. As we take a good look from the blimp cam at Bristol Motor Speedway, time to bring you tonight's starting grid. Ryan Hufford gets the pole. He'll start first. AJ Evangelista will start second. Good time for AJ. Matt Baines will start third. Vince Brandt in fourth. Garrett Walden in fifth. Andrew McKenzie in sixth. Victor Kress in seventh. Nick Walthorn will start eighth. Tristan Cotton will roll off ninth. Lauren Vincent will round out the top 10 starters. Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence will start 11th, and Josh Hall in that 81 with no time will start 12th. Small grid tonight, but as I mentioned before, that usually makes for some good racing. Ryan, welcome in. He says, let's go Vince Brent. Vince is fast, and if he has a good night tonight, and if Matt Baines struggles, Vince could be looking at a good championship opportunity going into next week. One thing at a time here. We got 150 laps to tell the story. Stage, once again, as a reminder, will be at lap 50. Don't think fuel is going to come into play here, but tires absolutely could. So I fully expect a two-stop race. If you make it on one, that'd be impressive with the tire wear. The JOL Designs Toyota Camry will lead us to green. If y'all haven't done so, please take a second to hit that little thumbs up that's right under your video. Might have to turn the phone sideways for a second. But that goes a long way for me, of course, here at Royalty Racing Network and also the SCSRA. A lot of good-looking cars out there tonight under the lights at Bristol Motor Speedway for Race 4, the Chase for the Championship. Pace car pulls off, which means Ryan Hufford, AJ Evangelista getting ready to take us to green. Check in with Barney as he waves the green flag for the first time tonight. oh boy, and we already got someone sideways here. Looks like it was down below. Not sure who it was. Cheeseburger Lawrence straightened it back out apparently. No caution. Ryan Hufford leads. We caught that just on the tail end of that exit out of turn 4 on the first lap. Looks like all single file already through the field here. Already some decent gaps developing as well. That little incident might have separated the field. AJ Evangelista right on that back bumper of the 72 of Matt Baines. Baines got around Evangelista early to take over the 2 spot. Andrew McKenzie working that diamond line, if you will. Kind of enter high in the corner, steer it back down the hill. Working on Nick Walthorn right now. Tristan Cotton, Lauren Vincent, 7 and 07. Like Lauren got a little bit loose, or maybe just wanted to make sure he avoided Tristan. Still has the quarter panel there. Look out. That was awfully close. Tristan able to clear for the 10th position. Vince Brent starting to close now on the top 3 here. They're not really battling. Matt Baines doing a similar line to what we saw there with Garrett Walden moments ago. Or is that McKenzie? You get the point. Now Cheeseburger Lawrence looking to work his way around Lauren Vincent in the 07. Oh, Cheeseburger hits the apron just a little bit. Lauren touched the wall. Tristan touched the wall as well. Thought I heard someone spinning the tires like they were spinning out. Didn't happen. Biggest mover so far, the 81 of Josh Hall, who's kind of in a little bubble right now. Got a lot of room to go to the 22 of Andrew McKenzie up in front of him, about 4 seconds, but also over a second lead on Cheeseburger Lawrence and the other 3 behind him. Now these guys going back at it for 11th as Cheeseburger, after the early incident, was able to get by both of them fairly quickly. He'll work his way back up. Matt Baines keeping it close with Ryan Hufford right now. Hufford's led every lap thus far. Really like that line that Ryan is running right now. He's keeping it right along the bottom, and if he's backing up the corner nicely, which means getting off the gas earlier on entry into the corner and able to hold that bottom line, he's really going to save tires very well. Vince Brent thought he was taking a peek to the outside of the 5. Oh, look out. Ryan Hufford just blinked a little bit. I want to see that become a consistent thing. Here's Nick Walthorn potentially closing on the 20 of Victor Kress in that bright green double mint machine. It's right on that back bumper. For the most part, a lot of guys running that low line. Some of them running high on entry, steering it back down. There's Vince Brent now taking a look to that outside. He can't quite get there. Now he's going to look to the inside. He has him this time. Nice move there. Rode the momentum with the exit off turn 2. Wasn't able to hold it off turn 4 though. So AJ Evangelista maintains. Battle here. Andrew McKenzie now looking to the inside of Victor Kress. As Nick Walthorn was able, oh, they get into it. Look out. Save it, McKenzie. He does. Good driving there. Save that. Nick Walthorn got by both of them in a flash. We missed it so fast. Now Andrew McKenzie going to be able to eventually get past Victor Kress. That battle was for 7th. It's not over yet. Now these guys try to maneuver the lapped car of Tristan Cotton here. Tristan way up. Oh, look out! Someone got into the 72 of Matt Baines. That's going to bring out our first caution tonight. I think AJ Evangelista may have tapped Baines. Let's go back, take a look at it. Our first caution this evening. You see him trying to work around Tristan Cotton here. They're all good there. And it looked like Baines was really close to the 83, kind of maybe backed out of it. And the 5 just with the checkup, probably nowhere to go. Got into Baines, who went into the inside wall. We'll kind of see what, we'll try to see, rather, what that damage ends up being. Lauren Vincent down pit road already this evening. About halfway to the stage here. I don't know if we'd see anyone come in unless it's for repairs, like Matt Baines, Josh Hall down there. Interesting that Josh Hall comes down. He was on his way up, scored at 8 at the time. So he'll sacrifice that to go to the tail end. One thing that's hard here, guys, is it's such a small track that by the time you get to your pit stop or pit stall, if you're trying to fix damage, you don't have a lot of time before you got to pull out. So you'll often, if you have a couple minutes of damage, you end up down pit road 3, 4, 5 times if you get the cautions to fall in your favor. And I know on lap 25, no one is trying to take their fast repair. Josh Hall back out there on the lead lap. Matt Baines as well. Only guy laps down is Lauren Vincent, so any cautions for the moment anyway, the lucky dog would go to Lauren should he not be involved in an incident. AJ Evangelista did take responsibility for that caution, so he'll restart at the tail end of the field. So that leaves the front row, Ryan Hufford and Vince Brent. Vince Brent, the recipient of the 2 free spots there, essentially. The pace car's off, and we're back underway here after our first restart of the evening. Already more than halfway to the stage, and Vince Brent gonna look to the inside of the 83 for the lead. Nick Walthorn up 5 spots as well. He's battling for 3rd right now over Garrett Walden. Vince Brent clears Ryan Hufford. We have a new leader for the first time tonight. Nick Walthorn is also going to be able to clear Garrett Walden. He moves into 3rd. So Hufford racing 2nd and 3rd right now. Top 5, a little bit of breathing room. Matt Baines already on his way back up through the field. He may have taken tires. Not quite sure. 14-second pit stop. Could have been fuel and tires. Working around Victor Crest to get back up to 6th already. AJ Evangelista also on his way back up through the field, already 8th. Check back in up here's Garrett Walden inching closer to an opportunity with the 54, Nick Walthorn. Not quite gonna have it. Good run that time for Walthorn off exit of the corner. Victor Crest being pressured by AJ Evangelista. Crest finds the wall. That's going to make it easier. Evangelista gets around him fairly quickly for the 7th position. Warren Vincent not factoring in position-wise, but working on the outside of the 20 of Victor Kress now. Warren Vincent just trying to keep it clean now, be the lucky dog recipient a few times. Matt Baines sneaks his nose underneath the 43 of Garrett Walden. Looking for 4th already after being involved in that incident on lap 25. Good side-by-side battle for these two guys. Garrett Walden way up the Speedway. He doesn't, 72 didn't have him quite clear. Now Matt Baines sets his sights on Nick Walthorn. Walden gonna try to do the old crossover, not gonna have enough momentum though. Now Baines on the inside of Walthorn, looking for 3rd already. Good job by Walthorn there to keep it out of the wall. Good job by Baines to keep it out of Walthorn and off the apron. Tight racing here. Baines does eventually clear on the inside. He's already back up to 3rd. Vince Brent just under a half a second lead on Ryan Hufford. Now it hits half a second. Ryan Hufford there, going to be under pressure by the 72 here in moments. And that moment is right now. 72 electing to go to the high side now on the 83, makes it look easy. Matt Baines already back to 2nd. That didn't take long. No other battle right now. This one here, potentially Nick Walthorn, Garrett Walden. Thought it was going to develop into a side-by-side, not quite. Matt Baines, folks, is chasing down your leader, Vince Brent. So Baines not confident, not a fan of Bristol, but he seems to have figured it out here 43 laps in, and he's on the outside of Vince, looking for that lead with just 6 laps to go to the stage, and he'll get it. 3rd leader this evening, folks. And just in time to work around Tristan Cotton single file. That would give the lucky dog to Tristan once again. He got the lucky dog last time as well. Tristan probably excited about that. The only one not, excuse me. Got a frog in my throat all of a sudden. The only one not excited about that is Lauren Vincent, who's hanging tough. But now, as a result of Cotton going a lap down, well, now disregard Tristan Cotton getting a lucky dog as well. Josh Hall just went a lap down. So now, should Hall maintain the position over Cotton, Josh Hall would be the lucky dog recipient, which makes things even harder for Lauren Vincent due to the fact that then it would go Josh Hall, then Tristan Cotton should another caution come out. So things get ever harder for the 07 as Baines expands the lead. Garrett Walden continues to try to work on Nick Walthorn as he pulls right up to the back bumper of the 54. AJ Evangelista closing as this battle continues. Matt Baines with some great moves there after being involved in an incident halfway through the stage, going to take the stage win. After it's all said and done, some phenomenal driving there all the way through, and there's the pace car joining us. Stage points look like this. Matt Baines with the stage win. Vince Brent second. Ryan Hufford in third. Nick Walthorn fourth. AJ Evangelista in fifth. Andrew McKenzie sixth. Garrett Walden seventh. Victor Kress in eighth. And Cheeseburger Lawrence in ninth. Tristan Cotton did in fact get around Josh Hall, and he'll get the final stage point and that lucky dog. So Tristan Cotton continues to battle, and he'll be back on the lead lap when we go back green. Folks, stay with us. A lot of racing to come. We're going to step aside for a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back, folks. These guys just now getting into their pit box, and Matt Baines does win the race off pit road. Garrett Walden pit as soon as the caution came out. Now he's being scored the leader, so I don't know how that's going to pan out. Lauren Vincent, smart move here, electing not to pit right now, so he takes the wave around. He'll get one lap back. Tristan Cotton, as I mentioned, got the lucky dog, so he will be back on the lead lap. That would make 10 guys on the lead lap. Josh Hall will be the next lucky dog recipient, should there be another caution. This is the only guaranteed caution. And then Lauren Vincent 4 laps down. So Lauren could get some cautions, and if he's got enough fuel to go a long way, do what he just did. Just save tires and then take the wave around a few times, get himself back in it. Back under green, Garrett Walden, Matt Baines lead the front row. Garrett looking to get some clean air and lead some laps. Vince Brent gets around the 72 of Baines. Sure, Baines now probably just going to settle in, try to save tires. Just under 100 laps to go here still, so now no more guaranteed cautions and no more stage points to worry about. All single file here. We look back a little bit further. Cheeseburger Lawrence just ahead of this little group. He's in 7th. Josh Hall just hanging out. Lauren Vincent trying to perhaps make his way up. Victor Kress can see some damage on the front right of the 20 ride. If we can get a good look at it here, we should out of turn 4. You can see that right side dented in on the front of the 20. Must not be impacting him all that much. He works by Josh Hall there. Tristan Cotton now going to work on Josh Hall. And Andrew McKenzie, something must have happened with McKenzie. He was awfully fast. Now he's back in 10th. Tristan Cotton up to 9th. Check in up front, Nick Walthorn, AJ Evangelista, single file. Starting to get a little spread out here. Matt Baines, something must happen to him as well. He went back to 6th now. Nick Walthorn, AJ Evangelista able to get by him. Garrett Walden would be your biggest mover. He's up 4, and the only reason why is he's leading, but Nick Walthorn, Cheeseburger Lawrence also both up 4. Guys doing a good job of making sure they can make the exit off turn 4 recently. We haven't seen a lot of wall slaps in the race like we did in practice. Let's go on board with the 5 of AJ Evangelista and watch a couple laps here around Bristol. We'll go along with him as soon as he hits the start-finish line. You can hear how early he's backing off the throttle on entry into his corners. That's what I was referring to with Nick Walthorn or with Ryan Hufford earlier. If you're able to do that and really hold the bottom and then slowly ease into it, you can really save tires here. In my opinion, AJ was just a little bit aggressive on exit of the corners. You could hear that tire scrub, but very nicely done there on entry to potentially be able to save more tires and set himself up for the long run. Meanwhile, battle brewing potentially for the lead here as Vince Brent has caught Garrett Walden. This is the best battle on the Speedway right now, the battle for the lead. Vince kind of doing that diamond down strategy, enters the corner low, lets the car drift up a bit, then steers it back down the hill, especially in turns 3 and 4. This time quite a bit more on the bottom than the last time by. That battle cooled off a little bit. This one's still pretty good. AJ Evangelista not far behind the 54 and the 83. Of course, teammates at Hufford Racing, Ryan Hufford, Nick Walthorn. Battle back here, Cheeseburger Lawrence, Victor Kress going at it. This battle for the 7th spot. Cheeseburger able to hold on now. Tristan Cotton right there in the mix as well. Waiting for an opportunity, and there goes Victor Kress up the hill. Tristan Cotton going to take full advantage. Now Tristan up into 8th. Tristan, got to give it to him. He's been out there battling, got a couple lucky dogs. Now he finds himself making a couple passes. Still not sure what happened to the 22 of Andrew McKenzie here. He was awfully fast early on, very fast in practice. Now kind of just hanging out in 10th. Lucky dog would still go to Josh Hall in the 81. Warren Vincent back down pit road now. Looks like he's called it a night in the 07. This remains our closest battle after the battle for the lead cooled off moments ago. Actually, this one a little bit closer now. Tristan Cotton working on the other 7, the real 7 of Cheeseburger Lawrence. Once again, we covered in the pre-race show, folks, Tristan Cotton being scored as the 8 car, but has the 7 on the side. That's okay, nothing we can't figure out. But the all white with the black accent will be Cheeseburger Lawrence. The black and white with the neon yellow. Oh, as he bumps Cheeseburger a little bit and says, "Excuse me, buddy." Tristan Cotton up to 7th. He's up 2 now on the night. This battle for the lead got a little bit closer while we were watching that. Vince Brent still trying to work on Garrett Walden. Garrett's held the lead since the stage break. These laps tick by in a hurry when you're under green. Only 1 caution so far due to incident. Now Victor Kress looking to get by Cheeseburger Lawrence. He will for 8th. Now That battle up front cools off a little bit while this one heats up again. Nick Walthorn, AJ Evangelista still battling. Something might be wrong with Cheeseburger. He now lost a position to Andrew McKenzie, who's on the move all of a sudden. McKenzie now looking to the outside of Victor Kress, and in the blink of an eye, McKenzie going to take over the 8th position. He'll set his sights on Tristan Cotton, who's a 1.5 seconds ahead now. AJ Evangelista now has an opportunity to look to the inside of Nick Walthorn. They kind of rub fenders a little bit. AJ down below the apron temporarily, way down to the bottom of the racetrack, and Nick Walthorn able to hold on to 4th. Ryan Hufford has expanded the gap on Nick Walthorn and AJ Evangelista. He goes by Josh Hall. Josh Hall now 2 laps down, so he would need 2 cautions to get him back on the lead lap. And checking up front is now Garrett Walden and Vince Brand have caught lap traffic. Cheeseburger Lawrence and Victor Kress. One goes low, one goes high, but they both maneuver them smoothly. Look out, Victor Kress off the wall, and good anticipation there by Ryan Hufford to work around him into 3rd. Hufford starting to close on the leaders now, as Vince Brent takes a look to the inside of Garrett Walden for the lead. Not going to quite have enough. Walden, a great runoff exit, able to maintain. A lot of momentum killed for Vince Brent there on exit of the corner, so he'll have to work back into having an opportunity. Andrew McKenzie absolutely cruising now. Now he's working on the 7 of Tristan Cotton for 7th. Not quite clear there, McKenzie. Almost. Tristan not going down without a fight, but the 22 will clear this time. And Andrew, now it becomes an issue of staying on the lead lap, as there's the leaders right behind him as they work by Tristan Cotton, who will once again hope for another lucky dog tonight. Just keep moving up through the field. Of course, now McKenzie goes a lap down in 7th. So only the top 6 guys now on the lead lap, as we'll check in with Ryan Hufford trying to maneuver Tristan and Andrew McKenzie, and he will. So top 6, Garrett Walden, Vince Brant, Ryan Hufford, AJ Evangelista, Nick Walthorn, Matt Baynes. The guys on the lead lap. That's going to change now as Matt Baynes is down pit road. Have to see if we're in that window to change tires and how long these guys want to run it. Baynes better hope some guys start pitting. He's going to be back to 10th, if not 11th, by the end of this pit stop. See Josh Hall coming around now, and Matt Baynes still down there, so Baynes will indeed go to 11th. He's got to be hoping for everyone else to be pitting, and under caution we go. That's got to be the last thing Matt Baynes wanted to see. Victor Kress just made his way down pit road, so that'll probably be okay for him, because he'll be able to pit and come out, and if everyone else pits, no issue. See what happens here, and let's see what caused our yellow flag. Victor Kress potentially in the 20. That might have been why he put it down pit road. So he's running all by his lonesome here, and just let's see what happens. Nothing yet. Just kind of locked him up and went down pit road. I'm not sure why that brought out the caution, but I don't have anything else. Let's take a look back. Well, we wouldn't be able to see. Disregard, not quite sure. Cheeseburger Lawrence not down pit road, so he'll stay out, and I believe get his lap back. He was a lap down. Have to see how this all sorts out. Matt Baines was 2 laps down. He pit 1 lap prior to the caution. So he may be scored 1 lap down now. Not quite sure how that's going to play. Nevertheless, it does end up being 7 guys back on the lead lap. Vince Brent beat Garrett Walden off pit road, it would appear. So Tristan Cotton would now be the lucky dog recipient again, although he does have to battle Victor Kress. They're both 1 lap down. Matt Baines short end of the stick there. Hit 1 lap before the caution and now 2 laps down with 45 to go here. So Vince Brent, really nice jump there. He'll take the lead from Garrett Walden. AJ Evangelista doing some wall riding. Matt Baines going to be on an absolute tear here to try to get a lap back the old-fashioned way. We'll watch how that develops. Ryan Hufford right on the back bumper of Garrett Walden in the 43. Matt Baines, after that pit stop, now being scored 10th position with a lot of work to do to try to gain any others. And Vince Brent leading the way, so could be exactly what Matt Baines didn't want, but exactly what Vince Brent did want. If we have another caution, folks, we'll check in on the points as they stood coming into this evening. Ryan Hufford, Nick Walthorn, Garrett Walden in a nice little pack here. Ryan blinks just a little bit. AJ Evangelista not far behind. I think AJ a little bit too far back to make any moves to win the championship next week, but I know he'd love some good runs and be able to maybe squeak that 5 car into the top 5 in points. Be a lot of momentum going into next season. Basically the whole field, it looked like, kissed the wall there. And now the 83, Ryan Hufford on the inside of the 43 temporarily. Not going to have enough though. 43 with that little higher line. Good run off exit of the corner. Seen that a lot from Walden tonight. Vince Brent, half a second lead on the rest of the field right now. Ooh, Ryan Hufford, another hard wall smack. That's what I was kind of talking about. You can get away with a couple, but you hit it the wrong way or too many times, you start getting some damage that affects the way that car is handling and driving. Put yourself in a bad position when you're having a great night. Nick Walthorn is your biggest mover right now here in the podium number 54. He's up 4 spots on the night. Cheeseburger Lawrence also up 4, currently on the lead lap. 7 guys on the lead lap after that caution gave a lucky dog to Michael Lawrence. Tristan Cotton hoping for another lucky dog so he can keep battling and maybe pick up some more spots. Let's check in with Matt Baines. He's in the mix, but 2 laps down and hasn't really made a lot of moves towards the front to try to get a lap back the old-fashioned way. So if Vince Brent is able to hold on to this thing and Baines finishes 10th, it's a decent points gap. Even though Baines won the stage, Vince wasn't far behind, so Vince would gain some. It'd probably end up being about a 20 lap or 20 point gap going into next week or thereabouts. Still watching Nick Walthorn and Ryan Hufford. No other battle on the Speedway, really. Matt Baines now maybe attempting to get by AJ Evangelista. Of course, he wants to do so without wrecking, obviously, himself, but anyone else either. That would kind of defeat the purpose of trying to move up. And I'm not too certain that Baines has a fast repair left, to be honest. He was involved in that first caution way back on lap 24. And here at Bristol, sometimes you kind of force your hand taking a fast repair awfully early just because you don't want to wait forever. Victor Kress got around Cheeseburger Lawrence now. Cheeseburger having some issues. He's now a lap down and all the way back in 9th. So he was on the lead lap just a couple laps ago. There's Baines working to the outside of AJ Evangelista. Now working to the outside of, well, he was going to work to the outside of Walthorn, but he's got some traffic up in front of him. The traffic is Ryan Hufford. Of course, these guys not concerned with letting him by. He's 2 laps down. This is definitely not for position, but Baines trying to cleanly but aggressively work his way up and see what he could possibly do if he could get a lap back. That's going to open the door now for the 54 and Nick Walthorn to get by teammate Ryan Hufford on the outside. That was a battle that was brewing for a lot of laps, and now AJ Evangelista, it looked like he would potentially have a chance at the 83. Not quite so, though. So Nick Walthorn takes over 3rd as he follows Baines through. Vince Brent over a 2nd lead now over 2nd place guy Garrett Walden. And Walden nearly 2 seconds gap on Nick Walthorn, who just passed for 3rd. AJ Evangelista is on the inside of Ryan Hufford now, this battle for 4th. Only 19 laps to go here, folks. This one's cruising by with minimal cautions. Once again, I think Matt Baines has the Rookie of the Year wrapped up for good, but oh, look out. 83, nice save as the 5 got into the back bumper. But Vince Brent and Ryan Hufford have a strong run here. That could make it awfully close and interesting next week. Ryan Hufford trying to hang on to every position possible. Every position he holds on to is more points he will gain on Matt Baines, but the further he drops back, the less he's going to close that gap, if anything. Remember, folks, Matt Baynes did end up winning the stage. Ryan Hufford, I believe, finished third in the stage, if I remember correctly. So gain a few points to have an outside chance at it next week. These guys still beating and banging and going at it. They both work by Cheeseburger fairly easily. Now he's going to be on the inside again. This is the only battle, folks. We're not missing anything else, I promise. These guys putting on a show right now, though. AJ Evangelista just not quite enough on that inside lane. Ryan Hufford now going to the outside, probably understanding that's where the little bit better run is, but he's got to be careful and keep it right on that second lane. If Hufford makes a mistake and goes up the Speedway, it'll be basically just giving that spot to the 5 car. But the 5 of AJ Evangelista, very persistent here, not giving in. Neither one of them giving in for that 4 spot. Oh, now the 5 bumps Nick Walthorn and blinks a little bit, but AJ Evangelista gonna be able, or Ryan Hufford, I said Nick Walthorn again. I was gonna say Evangelista gonna be able to take the spot, but not quite. Ryan Hufford battled back strong. Got a good run on that outside and went back to 4th. AJ right on the back bumper now with 8 to go, 7 to go now. He's going to put the back bumper to the 83 again. Beating and banging for the 4 spot here. The 5 car in the 83, best show of the night. 5 car underneath the 83 once again. Side by side. Neither one willing to give. We're 5 to go. Let's check in with the leader. He's still out front. More than a 1.5 second lead now. Garrett Walden still here. Here's Walthorn. And then you go back to these 2. Four laps to go. AJ Evangelista looks like finally cleared for 4th. Might have won the battle now. Looks like he did. We're 3 laps to go as all of a sudden Ryan Hufford fades. Might have said, you know what, I'm not going to end up getting wrecked here. I'm having a good night. Back up front with your leader, Vince Brandt. Took the lead after that last caution, and he brings us to the white flag. Two more corners to go for the 92. Vince Brandt out of turn 4. He'll claim his 3rd victory of the season at Bristol in race 4 of the chase. In a time that he needed it most, he takes the victory. See Garrett Walden, and looked like AJ Evangelista somehow got around Nick Walthorn right at the finish. Not sure what happened there. I don't see anything. Let's go back. Let's go back here, white flag. And we're going to take a look at Nick Walthorn. He was fading fast, apparently. I guess maybe he just burned him up. AJ Evangelista didn't even touch him. Just went right by him. Unexpected there. So interesting for Nick Walthorn. Barely misses a podium. Still a good night at the office. Up 4 spots on the night for the 54. But I know he would have loved a podium there. And Vince Brent with the celebration occurring at the start-finish line, burning it down for the 3rd victory of the season. And drives it into the wall. Let's bring you the results, the full results here. While Vince continues to celebrate, Vince Brent with the win. Garrett Walden finishes 2nd. AJ Evangelista pulls off the great moves, great finish there for 3rd. Nick Walthorn in 4th. Ryan Hufford finishes 5th. Andrew McKenzie in 6th. Tristan Cotton in 7th. Matt Baynes in 8th. Victor Kress in 9th. Cheeseburger Lawrence in 10th. Josh Hall in 11th. And Lauren Vincent in 12th. And folks, Vince Brent trying to get it to victory lane. He hit the guardrail there, and he's got to give it a lot of gas to try to get it up there in front of the Food City Bass Pro Shops victory lane, and he'll do it. Good job. And you know what? We're gonna, oh no, he exited. Let's rewind this a bit. There we go. Play it back. And there we go. We'll take a look at him right there. See if we can't get a better angle. Hey, that's a good one. We'll be right back here, folks, with post-race interviews. And don't go anywhere. All right, folks, welcome back. It's time for the post-race interviews, and we're going to start with our 3rd place finisher, the number 5 of AJ Evangelista. Welcome to the broadcast booth, buddy. Walk us through that battle, man, with Ryan Hufford. I mean, that was a wild one. Best show of the night for sure. Probably 10, 15 lap battle.
Oh man, I love racing with Hufford, man. He's one of those guys that you can lean on a little bit, and he's not going to get too upset with you. Like, you're comfortable in that spot. So, I mean, I did everything I could to not touch him to get around him, and every time I would touch him, I just kind of eased off, let him have it back, and tried to pass him as clean as I could. You know, it got a little hairy there for a second, but it's cool to be running this and learning so much, and finally get like that payoff at the end, because a year ago I wouldn't have been able to make that pass at all.
Absolutely, and you've been on the rise. Of course, we've had a lot of, I guess we'll say, drama and nonsense this season. That's very unusual for the SCSRA, but paying off with a podium tonight. You talk to us about the battle now with Nick Walthorn. Completely different from that long battle with Ryan Hufford. It looked like maybe Walthorn, not necessarily out of gas, but just maybe used up the stuff couple laps too early. You were able to get around Ryan Hufford very quickly and then catch Nick Walthorn in the blink of an eye to pass him on the final lap.
I would imagine it was probably something tire related. I noticed back when we were in the practice server earlier today that if I could just wrap the bottom the entire time, I'd save enough tire for the end of the run to be catching guys that may have used their stuff up. And I think that was beneficial for both battling Hufford and Walthorn there at the end.
Yeah, and we actually went on board with you, AJ, for a couple laps, and we listened to the tires squeal. We listened to how early you were backing it off, getting it into the corner, which was allowing you to wrap the bottom. I had mentioned that earlier on in the race. If we had a green flag run, it was going to be extremely important to back up that corner, roll the bottom, save tires. You made me look like a genius, and you make yourself look great as well. As that's exactly what you were doing. So, got to believe that came into play. Now, I also mentioned you were a little far back here in the chase to really make a realistic run at the championship next week. Most of that due to the fact that our car count has been so low the last couple weeks. But either way, man, this has to feel really good as far as the momentum. And as you said, the hard work and the effort and the learning all starting to pay off going into next season and what you and that 5 car can really do.
Yeah, definitely night and day difference between last season and this season. I mean, I can't thank guys like Vince Brent, Garrett Walden enough for, kind of showing me the ropes and how to make myself better. Um, but yeah, like the goal right now is to just gain as many spots and points as I can, gain as many points as I can, and reflect on that big leap from last year to this year. I mean, I'm well out of the points running. There's really no shot for me at all, but it's still a successful season in my book.
Absolutely. First of all, to make the chase, then, these last few weeks putting on a good show and good runs at the end, which we've seen some speed in the past from you, stage points, good runs, being wrapped up in nonsense, some learning aspects there, but got to feel good every position you pick up in the chase going into next season. So AJ, before we let you go celebrate, anyone you'd like to thank or shout out tonight?
Yeah, shout out to my wife, man, real quick. 9 months pregnant, baby, due any day now. She's a killer, man.
Right on, man. Congrats. That's awesome. You'll have to let us know when that happens. And hey, I don't want to foreshadow anything, but the week that Vince Brent's baby was born, he came out here and won the darn thing. So hey, that could be in your future.
We'll try it. We'll try it.
Right on, AJ. Always a pleasure to talk to you, man. Go celebrate this one. Well deserved.
Thanks, Josh.
Once again, folks, your third place finisher, AJ Evangelista, with the remarkable third place finish tonight. Now to get with the second place finisher, the number 43 of Garrett Walden. Garrett, welcome back to the racetrack and welcome back to the broadcast booth, buddy. It's been a long time.
Yes, sir. It has been a minute.
Well, good to see you out here tonight. You kind of, in a way, flipped the stage, I guess. You pit right when the stage caution came out. That was able to give you the lead. You were up there till that next caution. Vince Brent passed you, but overall you finished 3 spots up on the night, so pretty good evening at the Speedway. Talk to us about what was working for you out there tonight and how things kind of played in your favor.
I was just kind of just hitting the rhythm. I mean, with the tires, the way the tires work on these ARCA cars, they are very, prone to sometimes overheating. And if you try to like run the top for too long, it can overheat, especially that right front, and kind of tear it up. So a lot of it was just hitting my marks, hitting the bottom, wrapping the bottom, and just being consistent. And unfortunately, I had some battles with Ryan Hufford, and which was a lot of fun. Race clean, but it chewing up my tires a bit, trying to stay in front of him, and Vince was able to pull away. But as opposed to in the first run before that, we were kind of even, but at the end I started to pull away as well. So it's all about rhythm, and I mean I can't really be too upset with it. Second place is still good in my book.
Oh, second place is amazing, man. And going back to what you were saying about the tire saving, it's kind of a risk versus reward type of situation, especially at a track like this, right? You can put yourself on the outside and maybe make a couple passes, or you could sacrifice that tire saving and, lose a couple positions, but gain them back as the race goes along. What were your thoughts there when that last caution came out? Did you think, okay, now I got a real shot at this thing, or were you nervous? I don't know how the fuel was playing out, how the tires were looking as things went along tonight.
I mean, fuel was never a factor. I mean, once we put it at the stage, the tanks on these things are big enough. You can go about 115 laps. So that never was really a factor for me. I knew tires were going to play a part, just because of just how they've been wearing and how the lap times had fallen off. Not quite a full second from like what you start out at, but it's a fairly hefty drop off, about 6 to 8 tenths. So I knew if we had that caution, I was like, well, I'm going to come for tires. 2 was not an option. So I took all 4, and Vince just got that better jump out of his pit box than I did. So props to him for having a good clean in and out in his box. Can't fault him for that. And he just ran a good race. So I mean, I gave it the best shot I could with what I had left, but props to him.
Absolutely, man. You look great. It was exciting to see you back out here tonight. And before we let you go celebrate the podium, anyone you'd like to thank or shout out tonight?
Yeah, just big shout out to all the guys I race with, just out here on the track. Very clean race tonight. We only had a couple cautions, and that's not typical of Bristol. Sometimes it can be a caution fest. So, big shout out to everybody I raced with Vince and AJ, Ryan, Nick. It was a lot of fun up here, and I appreciate everybody that does what they do, and appreciate you for the awesome broadcast you put on for every week for us.
Right on,
And,
man.
Big shout out to my my mother and my girlfriend for always supporting me in everything I do, and looking forward to next week.
Cool. We'll see you back out here. It'll be good to see you, and appreciate the kind words. I'm sure everyone else does as well. And yeah, good job tonight, buddy. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you, sir.
Once again, folks, your second place finisher, the number 43 of Garrett Walden. But now, time to get with our winner, who's been waiting a decent amount of time, the number 92 of Vince Brent. Vince, welcome back to the broadcast booth, buddy. Third win on the season. Got to feel good.
Oh, man, this feels amazing. Winning out my home track, that makes it a lot more special.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Tennessee, yeah, home track for you. Didn't think about that, but nice work out there, man. I talk about it every single week. It seems like how on pit road races can be won and races can be lost. And I don't want to say that that's the only reason you won this race, but beating Garrett Walden off pit road there in that last caution, that certainly didn't hurt to be able to give you the right position to get it done. After you got that good jump on that restart, what was it up to at that point? Tire saving, running your line? Talk us through that.
Yeah, you're not wrong at all. I definitely think that me and Garrett was right there neck and neck together as far as speed wise. Garrett's no doubt a phenomenal racer. So just kind of following him that last run before the pit stops, I was just kind of trying to keep the gap close to see if I could keep up on a longer run, to see what I could do on pace. So when I did actually get him on pit road, beating him off there, I kind of got to set my own pace, and I didn't want to burn my stuff up too much, gapping them and everything. But I don't know. I guess whatever I was doing just kind of worked there, and I'm not gonna say I gapped them or anything. Some lap traffic played some a factor somewhat, and I don't know. I just felt very comfortable. Tonight was one of the first times that speed and just pace, I felt very, very good. So, yeah, the move off pit road really set the tone for the last run to the finish, just as being able to have the track position, being able to run my line, and just set the pace.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing that also played a factor is Garrett had some battles going on for a lot of that time. With various guys, whereas with that jump and that early gap, if you will, you're able to, like you said, run your line, be patient with things, and he kind of had to maneuver, hold off some traffic, and then even at times work back around some situations. So, but awesome job. Now, to look a little bit at the point standings, you came in second. Let's pull that up here for our viewers at home. came in 24 behind Matt Baines. He, of course, rallied miraculously to win the stage there early on, and then you come up with the win. Luck wasn't on his side tonight. Pit 1 lap before that caution came out, ended up 2 laps down. So he finished 8th with a couple incidents late in the going, but that's going to close that gap just a little bit. I'd say you're probably looking at a gap there in the teens. What do you got to do next week to really give yourself a shot at winning this championship?
Yeah, like just got to give him credit for what a call to just bounce back from the wreck that he had. I'm not sure what happened there, but just for him to make that call to, hey, you know what? I'm not going to get stuck back here in traffic. I'm going to take tires and make the best of the stage, and ended up having fresh tires. Obviously, ran us down and won the stage. So that was a big brain move. So good call on that to Matt. As far as what I got to do to catch up, man, I don't know. Like I told you a few weeks ago, with the way Holden and him's been running, it's just going to be tough. I hate Holden's not out here because he was class of the field there for a while, and you hate to win one that way when somebody is that good all year, and I don't know. But that being set aside, it's up to me and Matt now. So just going to go into next week like any other week, just try to maximize points, run well, and if it happens, it happens. That's great. If not, I'm still very, very pleased with how the season turned out, and all my feelings aren't going to be hurt if Baines takes the championship because he's had one heck of a year as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are putting on a great show, and smaller car counts the last few weeks, but the racing has been phenomenal. So I think good things to come for the SCSRA, and obviously still a ton of talent here and a ton of respect with the guys that do consistently show up and race each other. But Vince, for the third time this season, before we let you go pop the champagne in victory lane, anyone you'd like to thank or shout out tonight?
Absolutely. As always, just want to thank my wife for always watching and supporting. Really means the world to me. And I know my little girl's watching. Man, I tell you what, since she's entered the world, man, getting 3 wins on the season's been amazing. So shout out to my wife, Katie, and my baby girl, Blakely Ray. Love you guys. I want to give a shout out to my buddy Ryan for always tuning in each week and watching. It means a lot to, to tune into sim racing and watching. So that means a lot. And I got a buddy in the field, Tristan Cotton. I heard his wife is a really big fan. So I just want to say, Brittany, I beat your favorite driver. So want to give them a shout out. And as always, I feel like I can't win these things without thanking Jesse Whittington for all the work that he's put in with me and believing in me. Just still to this day, if I can message him during the week and have questions or concerns of how to approach the race or the week, he's always there to answer questions. So I know I do it every time, but it means the world to me. And I just, I think he deserves to know it, that my success would not be near what it is without him. So thank you to him, and thank you to SCSRA, all the admins and what they've done. I love this league. I know we've had some ups and downs, but it's what makes us stronger and going to make us come back stronger. And of course you, Josh, as always, broadcast phenomenal. Can't wait to go back and watch this. Felt like it was a really good race. And to everybody that shows up week in, week out, people don't show up. We don't have a field to race with and give these fans a show to watch. So thank you to everybody that does that. And of course, everybody that tunes in weekly.
Right on, man. Well, appreciate it. And good to know there, friend. You must have the chat up.
I don't. But I was getting some feedback from Tristan mid race, so I told him I'd give her a small shout out for booing me. So
okay,
I just wanted a reminder that I beat her favorite driver again.
All right, yeah, because literally as you were about to say her name, she posted "boo, lol," and Ryan also said he beat your favorite driver.
Oh no!
And so I don't know who that was to directly, but Ryan, he is one of my favorite drivers. So, but yeah, you had a lot of love tonight in the chat, which is awesome. So good to see them out. Good to see Tristan out. He did very well tonight as well. So Good to
Yeah,
see
really,
that.
really looking forward to working with some of these guys that are kind of jumping back in and maybe helping them out and passing along the knowledge that Jesse's and Garrett and all these guys have helped me with.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Pass it down. But Vince, go enjoy this one, man. And we'll see you back out here next week for that championship race.
All right, brother. Have a great week. We'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Once again, folks, your winner, the number 92, Vince Brent. Win number 3 on the season. And we take a look at our points here. And we've been taking a look at the points. So we're going to close it out. We'd like to first thank Majestic Promotional and Branded Apparel. Whether you run an agency, government agency, a company, sports team, or even a virtual race team, turn every item into a statement with Majestic Promotional and Branded Apparel. We could do hats, chapsticks, pens, shirts, doesn't matter. Anything, everything to promote your business and get you guys looking good in the office, the garage, or wherever. And now I heard that YouTube has direct messaging. So if you're interested in something like that, get in contact with me and I'll get you hooked up with the right people. We'll make you a great deal with Majestic Promotional and Branded Apparel. And of course, SM Racing Products. Take your sim racing experience to the next level with custom-made button boxes, dashboards, flag lights, and more with SM Racing Products. Check them out at sm-racingproducts.com. Use promo code ROYALTY at checkout for 20% off of your purchase of $150 or more. It's a sweet deal for sweet products that'll change the game for you. And of course, like Vince said, everyone here at the SCSRA, a lot of ups and downs this season, a lot of unexpected twists and turns that have been thrown at them that hasn't necessarily been a thing in the last few seasons, but they're chugging along. They're making it. They got me along with them for the ride. I don't plan on going anywhere as long as they want to keep me around. But yeah, shout out to all the admin team for their great work over at the SCSRA and all the great racers here that continue to show up and do what they do, putting on a good show for us week in, week out. For everyone here at the SCSRA and everyone at Royalty Racing Network, my name is Joshua King. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast and join us next week for the championship race. It's going to be a good one. Have a good rest of the week. We'll see you next Tuesday.